Welcome back to Portable Power Repair Secrets. Today we're going to replace the battery in this very nice Harbor Freight Chicago Electric 5-in-1 portable power pack. Now I've had these before and said that these are far better than most. 2 DC cigarette lighter type outlets, one for your solar panel, one for your 12-volt lighting system. For details on how to do that, watch episode 9 of the Backup Power Project. Links in the upper right corner. All you need is a 100-watt solar panel, a charge controller, and the cabling to hook everything up. Shown here is an orange Black & Decker portable power pack, but this yellow Harbor Freight works just as well. Fantastic. Air compressor for blowing up tires and air mattresses. Nice work light. I would say these are about 10 years old now. The problem with this is you can see that even the analog meter is showing that in the yellow here. And you can plug it in and charge it, but it won't hold a charge. Within a week this battery is down again. Now here's another way to test the battery without having to take the unit apart. You can turn on the jump start function. I have it turned on, and you can tells you that it's turned on also here. Now you can put your multimeter, put it on DC volts. Nice accurate multimeter here. Now we're going to measure across these jumper cables. But if you notice, the wire only comes into this clamp, this side of the clamp. That is not energized. So if you put your probe on this side, you're not going to get any reading because the battery is connected to this side, not that side. So pay attention when you stick your probes in. We're going to go across there. Same thing on this side. This is the energized side because this is where the wire is. There's no juice on this side. So let's stick our probes in. We want to connect it to here and here, so it's on the front. Okay, the front clamps. And we get 11.48 volts DC. And that's just not enough to run much more than the light. So let me show you what it's doing. I think one of the best features of this power pack are these two 120 volt 400 watt outlets. So when you try to turn your inverter on, oh, and by the way, these run kitchen appliances, they run my NutriBullet, they run my electric weed whacker, they run all kinds of small electric appliances, and it works great. And 2 outlets, not just one. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Fan comes on, but the alarm is running because the battery is not strong enough to run these outlets. So let's change the battery. Now, why would people throw away a really nice unit like this when all it needs is a battery? This unit, turn this off. I don't think you can duplicate this for much less than maybe $130 today. Something with all of these features. Why would you throw it away when all it needs is a battery? I don't understand it. It's very easy. Let's get to that. Okay, now we're going to open this air hose compartment. Because when we pull this cover off, the air hose is going to have to be fed through, I'm thinking. So we want to be aware of that. Now, what's the depth of these screw holes? So that's our depth. We have to go down that far. And the typical tool you're going to need is a number 1 Phillips with a 3-inch shaft. You can see we just make it. We got that much extra, so we should be okay. Now, this kind of tool will also work. I'm not sure what you would call this. Maybe a long, very long number 1 flat blade. Well, let's see how we're going to do. Alright, so not all of these screws wanted to pull out of the case. The rubber kind of kept them in the case, and the magnet at the tip of the screwdriver was not strong enough to pull them out. But the case will just lift up like that. So the next thing, even though the screws are still contained in there, is to just feed this back through. Okay, now on this unit, the red wires are both red, and the black wires are both black. So we don't have to pay too much attention to this. We have two on each terminal, and they're color-coded correctly. So to get those wires off, we're going to use an 8mm wrench and a number 2 Phillips. Well, we actually have 3 wires here on the negative terminal, and this one doesn't look so good. So probably going to have to put a new end on there. This end is all like it's been over tightened, and the end is busted. So I'll put a new end there. Alright, let's see if we can get the positive out. Okay, the battery is out. Isn't that interesting? This unit has a Schumacher battery in it. It's a 12 volt 18 amp hour, 1820 amp hour. It's a WP 18-12. Oh, our plan today is to replace it with something stronger. We've got a box here of Mighty Max. These are 2212s, 12 volt 22 amp hour. Had very good luck with these batteries. This is a box of 2. Take this apart, get a new battery out of here. They give you new hardware. That's nice in case your old hardware is corroded. You have new hardware with it. Okay, let's test the 2 batteries. Here's the old one, 1176. And again, it will take a charge. It just won't hold the charge. Within a couple days, it's back down under 12 volts. Now here's the new one. Been in this shipping box for some time. 1276. Well, that's exactly where it's supposed to be, and obviously it is holding a charge because, again, who knows how long it's been in this box. So let's get this new battery in. .16 gauge. It fits. So when you put this in, make sure that the screw part goes on the outside so that you can get your screwdriver in here. So we're all back together. I've got this fan plugged in because we used it in a previous episode. You can see that it's blowing up a storm. Got my inverter on back here. Here's the scope pattern. Inverter works fine. Was sending off the low battery alarm before. Okay, let's try some of these other functions. Here's the compressor. Work light. Battery status. Well, I would say she's fixed. Well worth it, in my opinion. The battery only cost $50. That's $100 savings compared to buying a whole new unit. Thanks for watching.